Welcome Trinidad and Tobago to our News 4 report, a product of the Government Information Services Limited. I'm Nicola Barreto. Let's take a look at the headlines. May 31st is the deadline date for persons in public life to declare all information in compliance with the Integrity Act. National unemployment in this country now stands at 5.2%. Persons living with disabilities in Trinidad and Tobago will soon have a chance to travel normally. And in sport, basketball action as the North Zone of the TNT Basketball Association recently held finals in the under-15 and under-17 male divisions. Thank you for joining us to our top story. As the deadline draws nearer for persons in public life to declare all information looking to comply with the Integrity Act, the Integrity Commission will host its open day this Friday as it seeks to educate and inform individuals about completing the process. Kimberly Ramkalawan reports.
Persons in public life are being urged to declare all assets and information as the Integrity Commission has ramped up its campaign to make known its services to the public. With this in mind, the Commission will host its open day Friday 11th May as it looks to make the process easy for persons in need of making declarations. Director of Compliance at the Commission, Leanne Benjamin Campbell, explained this was necessary for holders of public office to comply with the Integrity Act.
All persons in public life are required to confidentially submit declarations of income, assets and liabilities, as well as a statement of registrable interest to the Integrity Commission. The deadline for this submission is May 31st, and that deadline is fast approaching. What we've been hearing from a number of persons is that they cannot complete the form without our assistance. And since so many persons do not know that we're actually quite accessible here at the Office of the Integrity Commission, we're having this open day, so you can call, make an appointment, and come in to meet with us.
She added that the open day will also serve as grounds for persons looking to get their applications clarified.
The open day is targeted to all persons in public life who are required to file declarations annually. So if you are a person in public life, which means you are a member of Parliament, you're a senator, you sit on a statutory board or the board of a state enterprise or the board of THA, you're required to come in and file. If you have filed with us already and we have asked you to clarify some information and you have not done so, then you're welcome to come to the open day as well. And if you're just not sure about what your filing status is, you're also invited.
But while some persons may have reservations on how their personal information might be treated, Ms. Benjamin Campbell assured that all cases will be kept confidential.
All matters will be treated confidentially. All documents filed at the Commission will be treated confidentially. Although it's an open day and we expect many persons from public life to come and visit the office, you will be having private meetings with our analysts, and there will be one-on-one discussions. You'll be given the opportunity to file your declaration one time, so the analyst will ensure that all your matters are up to date and then there's nothing outstanding with the Integrity Commission.
It is expected that persons coming into compliance with the Integrity Act will be notified within 3 months of their approval following submission of their applications. Kimberly Ramkalawan, News 4.
National unemployment in this country now stands at 5.2%. This from Minister of Labour, Small and Micro Enterprise Development, the Honourable Errol McLeod, who was speaking with reporters at the opening ceremony of a workshop co-hosted by his ministry and the International Labour Organization on promoting green jobs and green enterprises in this country. Verna Barrett tells the story.
I heard a figure mentioned by whom the other day. It was at about 18%. The last time I addressed it, it was at 13.5%.
And unemployment is at what figure right now?
5.2.
That's acceptable in your eyes, or can we do that?
No, so long as we have people outside there who are willing and able to work and couldn't find jobs, I am not satisfied.
The update on the unemployment figures in Trinidad and Tobago by Labour Minister Errol McLeod, who expressed his sentiments on the fact. Meanwhile, bearing in mind that this country relies heavily on the energy sector, and in light of the reality that TNT faces diminishing oil and gas reserves, the Labour Minister says it is absolutely necessary that Trinidad and Tobago looks into promoting a green economy. Minister MacLeod is also outlining the many benefits of such an initiative and is highlighting some of government's strategies towards implementing a green economy. Minister MacLeod says the Ministry of Labour, Small and Micro Enterprise Development and the Ministry of Finance have identified the green enterprises sector as a key platform for economic diversification, poverty alleviation and job creation.
Through the implementation of green technology and alternative energy, for example, use of the solar system and wind, we will significantly reduce our carbon footprint, thereby creating a healthier and sustainable environment. The Honorable Minister of Finance highlighted initiatives that the government intends to undertake in our shift towards a greener nation. Some of these initiatives include the establishment of a solar manufacturing complex, the creation of a national wind resource assessment program.
With regard to the promotion of green jobs, Minister MacLeod says the green economy has become an emblem of a more sustainable economy and society that preserves the environment for future generations. He also explained the wide range of job fields which fall under the green jobs radar.
This encompasses jobs in agriculture, manufacturing, construction, installation and maintenance, as well as scientific and technical, administrative and service-related activities that contribute substantially to preserving or restoring environmental quality. In this context, social inclusion and development, as well as environmental protection, should be closely linked to safer and healthier workplaces and decent work for all.
Minister MacLeod adds that government intends to optimize the benefits which accrue from energy resources. He says government is also promoting investment in the provision of retail dispensing of compressed and liquefied natural gas as the basis for reducing the use of gasoline fuel and, by extension, fuel subsidy payments. Verna Barth, News 4.
News 4 continues after the break. Stay with us.
Never leave items like MP3 players, portable DVD players, laptops and briefcases on view inside your vehicle. It is an open invitation for a thief. Don't leave them on show. If you cannot take them with you, place them in the trunk of your car. Remember, crime prevention is everyone's business. A message from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service.
Welcome back. Persons with disabilities will soon have a chance to travel normally. This is government procured several buses for the physically challenged. Social Development Minister Dr. the Honorable Glenn Ramadasing made the announcement while addressing families during an interfaith service in Palmy's. Kimberly Ramkalawan reports.
Disabled persons will soon have buses that provide transport for them across Trinidad and Tobago. The assurance comes from Minister of the People and Social Development Dr. Glenn Ramadasing, who says the specially designed buses will be placed under the services of the Public Service Transport Corporation, PTSE.
We will procure 18 buses for the differently able that is already on its way to the country. And 18 is our contribution, but before that, they had an oil breakdown and they never fix them and repair them. So things, we have to continue to be patient. We have to understand that government cannot do anything alone. Government shapes policies, it collects taxes, and it determines the priorities where we will put money.
The minister was speaking at religious services held at Palmy Central, Trinidad, where he noted it was the deep concern of Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar to ensure that the standard of living for mothers and children were improved.
Every secondary school child, because of the vision of a prime minister, and then people say the government are doing nothing. Government are doing nothing. Every child that requires life-saving surgery right? Before you had to do a curricue and a barbecue, and you're making 5,000 and you're going towards 450,000. You know you're not reaching that, but you're doing it to please your own conscience. The Prime Minister ensured that if the child needs say up to $1 million, the government will foot that bill. The children, and the Prime Minister are doing nothing. Government are doing that. And I appreciate the sentiments here that things will change, but over a period of time.
He added that it was the people that made society what it is and urged citizens not to be discouraged to see the changes they wanted to see come to pass.
The home cannot exist on its own. You must have prayers to drive the moral engine of the family. You must have business relationships. You must go out into the community. You must work. And therefore, in the same way, the country as well, we have to depend on the people to partner with the government. The NGOs, the businesses, the people. If the people are lazy, the country will not have resources. If the people are energetic, they are motivated, they are disciplined, and they are patient and understanding, the government can do more. So we all have a role.
Kimberly Ramkalawan, News 4.
Meanwhile, Transport Minister the Honorable Devant Maharaj is confirming that buses for the differently abled will be available sometime this year.
The Cabinet of the day, recognizing that, established the Interministerial Committee comprising the Ministry of Transport, Ministry of People, Local Government and other vested interests to oversee the implementation of this project. And PTSC put out for tender a request for differently abled buses, and they went through all the required processes, and we expect by the end of June some 24 disabled buses to be introduced locally.
The minister assured that transport will be provided for these persons throughout Trinidad and Tobago.
The buses will be located at the regional corporations rather than be centrally located in either Port of Spain or San Fernando. So in this way, it will be more responsive to the needs of the persons in those areas. So if you're living in Mayaro, you don't have to wait for a differently abled bus to come from San Fernando to attend to your needs.
News 4 continues after the break.
Dads aren't the only ones who beat up on kids. Sometimes kids beat up on kids.
Every child has the right to be protected from violence, abuse, and neglect.
Because I shouldn't be afraid to go to school or play with my friends.
Because no child should be hurt by adults or by other children.
Because safety is my right. Stop the bullying.
Welcome back. Government is said to be currently reviewing the terms and conditions for this country's retired judges. Attorney General Anand Ram Logan made the announcement stating that government will undergo a pension reform exercise for judges as they seek to make the field more lucrative for younger persons. Kimberly Ramkalawan reports.
Retired judges can expect to receive the same benefits as their sitting counterparts. The announcement comes at a time judges have been lobbying for pension packages to be reviewed after leaving the bench. Attorney General Anand Ram Logan revealed the measures, assuring judges of better days ahead.
Retired judges will now be entitled to medical attention and treatment and prescribed drugs at any healthcare facility under the RHAs, including Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex. Judges and their spouses will be entitled to continued use of the VIP lounge at the Piarco International Airport. They'll be provided with diplomatic passports, and in those cases where they have it, they'll be allowed to retain it. And they'll be allowed access to immigration services afforded to VIPs and diplomats. They will in fact be provided with and be allowed to retain their PBR passes.
The AG noted the decision was taken as judges should not have to complain about their ability to survive after surveying the judicial system on the bench for lifetimes.
Many of our judges post-retirement have been complaining about their ability to survive. This has been a matter that has been highlighted in the media for some time now, the plight of judges and the unfortunate predicament in which they find themselves.
He added the state would consider abolishing constitutional rules which bar a judge from returning to practice within 10 years after retirement to a period of 5 years.
I think it important that the cabinet reviews this matter and take a policy decision. This is a matter, of course, on which there will be appropriate consultation with all the stakeholders in the administration of justice, beginning with the judiciary, the Law Association, and of course civil society groups, to ascertain their views on this important matter. But certainly as Attorney General, I think the time has come for us to review that, to make judicial office a little more appealing and attractive to some practitioners who meet the high standards that are required for judicial office.
The AG says this is necessary as the judiciary looks to expedite the backlog of cases that have been left behind over the years gone by. Kimberly Ramkalawan, News 4.
Time now for some sport. Well, the North Zone of the Trinidad and Tobago Schools Basketball Association recently held finals in the under-15 and under-17 male divisions at the GBay Sports Complex. East Mucurapo Secondary School and the International School of Port of Spain feature in both games, and Wayne Cunningham has the highlights.
International School of Port of Spain met East Mucurapo Secondary in the under-15 male final of the North Zone Schools Basketball League. Isaiah Francis of Mucurapo getting the ball a-rolling for his team, literally. The boys in Burgundy jumping out to an early lead. The International School came back strong though. Jerome Grimes with 2 of his game-high 16 points here. Grimes got some help from Ephraim Archer, who scored 16, as the International School took a 23-19 halftime lead. For Mucurapo, Stefan Boucard had 16 and Hakeem Morgan 9. But it was not enough to prevent the International School from capturing the under-15 division 47-42. In the third place playoff of the under-17 division, Mova Laventille Secondary got on the board first versus Belmont Boys Secondary. Aaron Finch doing the honors. He had 17. Their high scorer was Jerome Lido. He had 19 points. Mova Laventille fought well, but could not overcome the contribution of this man, Belmont Shaquille Dite, who had a game-high 30 points. He got some help from Justin Abbas Ali, who scored 18, and Stefan Saint-Hilaire with 9. But the man on the day was clearly Shaquille, as Belmont Boys took third place, 67-42. The under-17 final was a mirror of the under-15 clash featuring East Mucurapo and International School. Jamal Graham with a sweet fadeaway jumper to get Mucurapo on the board first. The International School's reply came from Gabriel Garrett as he completed a hard-fought 3-point play. That would be a reoccurring theme on the night as both men dominated scoring in the match. Chipping in with 18 baskets for the ISP was Benjamin Franklin. Jamal Graham, with his 19 points, was the high scorer for Mucurapo East. But his effort was not enough to eclipse that of Gabriel Garrett, who had a game-high 30 to lead the International School of Port of Spain to a massive 61-36 victory and the North Zone Under-17 title. Wayne Cunningham, News 4 Sports.
News 4 continues after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. The latest in bone surgeries have reached these shores. At the forefront of this is the Caribbean Hand Center, which has collaborated with the Princess Elizabeth Center and the Ministry of Health in providing these services, targeting the treatment and correction of persons living with upper limb deformities. Kimberly Ramkalawan tells us more.
Children in need of hand and upper limb surgery now have a chance to get medical care right here at home in TNT. The new service is as a result of the Caribbean Hand Center establishing its first clinic at the Princess Elizabeth Home through its collaboration with the Ministry of Health alongside medical experts from the Baptist Memorial Hospital in Florida. Spearheading the surgical team and orthopedic clinic, Dr. Godfrey Araho said the initiative was only possible through the Children's Life Fund and the generosity of philanthropists. He said the clinic not only aims at correcting congenital disorders, but persons living with deformities resulting from accidents.
We're targeting Princess Elizabeth to be a place for development of intricate hand surgery, investigation, treatment, and hand and upper limb treatment is a team effort. Through the establishment of this clinic, increase our local capacity to train locals, reduce the overall economic cost of treating these patients, to build capacity in this specialized area, while at the same time enhancing professional relationships, developing overseas training opportunities for our local preference, foster regional medical tourism, and establish a center of international excellence in this area.
He added that the new equipment at the center will facilitate advanced bone surgeries.
Keyhole surgery is non-invasive surgery that's not offered in Port of Spain General. We don't know why yet, and is not offered in Mount Hope despite the presence of equipment which I discovered last year when I was up there. And we now have the capacity here in Prince Elizabeth to offer this. The other bit, the little silver pan and the lit up screen, that is some small bone equipment which is the only set in Trinidad and Tobago, seriously, and it allows very fine work with great precision in small bones, as much as we meet in hands and obviously pediatric hands.
Dr. Rohit Doon, advisor to the Ministry of Health, commended the center for its decision to establish the clinic in a timely manner.
Trauma is the leading cause of the commonest cause of admission to our accident and emergency centers in this country. Therefore, there is no wonder then that disabilities will rise in a population. And therefore, the time is particularly evident for all of us who are in the health sector to raise the consciousness about disability management and the presence of disability management and the program within the health sector. The partnership arrangement between the Ministry of Health and the private sector in initiatives like these and programs is highly, highly commendable. And I wish to reinforce the commendation of the Ministry of Health, the team here, and to all those who are involved in this effort into improving the lives of our citizens.
The Caribbean Health Center, established in 2009, will also provide therapy and rehabilitation treatment in addition to the surgical procedures. It is expected that local medical practitioners will also receive training from foreign expertise in the use of the latest equipment as they look to broaden the pool of specialists here in TNT. Kimberly Ramkalawan, News 4.
Well, that's how we wrap up this edition of our News 4 report, a product of the Government Information Services Limited. I'm Nicola Barreto. Thank you for joining us.